And here she is, the young lady fighting out of Tribal MMA. It is Keira Botfield making her second appearance in the cage tonight and looking as calm as ever. So Keira making her way to the cage. Of course, the team from Tribal MMA, Craig, with a very rich history here on XFC, and we'll, of course, see one of their fighters later on this evening in Connor Birch.
That's correct. And not only that, Tribal and Gamebred have got some history, so they know exactly what each other's game plans are going to be and who executes it best on the night. One thing to mention, in her last fight, she went the distance, so it'd be interesting to see how she utilises that experience for this fight coming into it. What I see her, she's a blue belt in BJJ, and also coming from Tribal, we also know they have a great game on the ground, so it's interesting to see how she utilises that for ground and pound. We have a B class here, which means they'll be striking to the head. You'll notice they're not wearing shin pads, so that's all going through there for an amateur fight.
And would you look at this? We do now have the XFC promoter joining us in the commentary booth. I know he loves women's mixed martial arts, so he'd jump in for this one. It was no surprise. Wombat Jones, how are you, mate?
Not a chance I'm missing this fight, mate. Not a chance. And this is actually the first fight that Brian Eversole's matched for the women. So
Beautiful.
This is a big fight for us, and we're really looking forward to this.
Oh, well, excited to see this one get underway as we see Keira Lee now in the cage and about to make the walk out of Gamebred Academy right here in Brisbane is Joe Renton.
Yeah, Gamebred, look, one of the absolute best gyms in, not just Queensland, if not the country. They're producing some absolute stars lately. And a big shout out to Dane Ouch and Lonnie Filamahala, who's taken themselves over to Bahrain, and they're going to try and win a world title, which is just craziness, Craig, isn't it, mate?
It certainly is. And they're coming from a great gym, lots of good teammates. We've got Christian Marino, we've got Victor Lyell also fighting out of that gym, with the head coach being Jason Lonergan. Mate, they've certainly got talent around her. She's going to rub off there.
Yeah, and especially, Christian's on the card tonight, and if the viewers at home don't know, Joe and Christian are a couple, so that's going to be an interesting sort of dynamic, isn't it, mate?
It certainly is, And Joe finally understands what it means to do weight cutting and has a little bit of sympathy for Christian, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. But I just seen her out the back, and the girls, they're a little bit nervous, but that's a good thing, I think a little bit of nerves will carry you right through the fight, so I'm just keen to get this one started and see what happens.
Yeah, certainly. And Joe's also got a mixture of Muay Thai in there with her BJJ. So we've got BJJ styles, plus Joe's got some Muay Thai there as well. So it's going to be interesting how well she utilises that. But she's got to listen to her corner and do the things that she's been doing in training. So let's see how it works out for her.
And it will be in the amateur women's bantamweight division, contested over 3 3-minute rounds. And introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, she weighed in at 59.6 kilos and trains out of Tribal MMA. Tonight she makes her second appearance in the cage. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Keira Lee Killer B Botfield. And her opponent, fighting out of the red corner, she weighed in at 60.25 kilos and trains out of Gamebred Academy. Tonight she makes her MMA debut. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Joe Renton. And when the action begins, your referee in charge, Peter Hickmott.
Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Dan's done his work. Some of your best, Dan, mate. It's always good to hear you on the mic, mate. But here we go. Keira Lee Botfield, Joe Renton.
And we are underway, gentlemen, and straight into things is the Killer B. Joe Renton now popping the jab out there. So the ladies wasting no time here. Fight number 2 off to a pretty flying start. And
excellent. So what we thought was going to be a BJJ match, they're walking out striking. So let's see them test each other on standing first off. But if this goes to ground, it's going to be exciting.
Another big shot lands. That's 2 nice right hands there from Keira. The girls are exchanging.
Some nice work there from Joe Renton, slipping the right hand and returning a counter of her own. So learning a few from those
big right
hands. But just as I said that, another one lands for the Killer B.
Sorry, mate, can't help myself.
There's some great movement as well. You notice they're not stepping straight backwards. They're kind of angling off, which is great to see.
And the clinch for the first time. And like you said, Joe's a little bit of Muay Thai experience and landed a nice knee there.
Excellent.
Of course, we did see Keira Lee make her MMA debut earlier this year. Lost a unanimous decision, but definitely put up a really good performance for her debut. Did have some issues with the jab of her opponent, Amanda Nolan, so be interesting to see if Jo Renton can really get that lead hand going.
Well, I can tell you what, Jo's wanting an overhand right KO. So let's see how this works out. She's certainly looking like she's going to deliver, potentially.
It's very interesting from Keira early on, striking like this. I mean, with her prodigy on the ground up there. But, you know, when you train at a gym like Tribal, you know, you've got to be well-versed everywhere. So she's showing what she's been working on since that last fight. Oh, big right hand lands.
So once again, a nice exchange. Both ladies showing off.
Oh, throwing another big right there. Get her into it. Let's see if Keira's in a bit of a clinch to see if she starts working the knees here.
Oh, nice knee.
Oh, one each.
Looking for a takedown now. Oh, look, this is why we love women's MMA. These girls are just scrapping right now.
So popping the head back with the jab was Jo Renton there. And good defense shown in the clinch as well. We did see Keira Lee momentarily
snaps
look
the
for a
head
single
back.
leg, but a big right hand lands there from the Tribal MMA fighter.
How's the chin on Jo? Honestly, she's eating these up like an absolute champ.
And they're starting to get into a bit of a rhythm now. They've found their pace.
What do we got? We've got 48 seconds left in the round.
Nice little combo there. Looks like there might have been a bit of a finger in there potentially. Could have been from the glove. We'll find out.
Yeah, she did pour out her eye there, so it is a potential eye poke. You know, and it's MMA. This is what happens. This is, unfortunately, in our sport, it's pretty much nearly unavoidable.
And as we see in the replay here, there was the, looked like the left hand of Keira Lee Botfield. We saw a finger enter the eye there of Jo Renton. So, well, referee Peter Hickmont just splitting the two there. It looks like our doctor coming in, having a look at Jo Renton. But we've got the thumbs up there, gentlemen. So Peter Hickmont will clap us in for a start.
Once again, no malice. That come at the end of a three-punch combo. So see how we go.
40 seconds left in the round. Pretty good round so far, guys.
Yes, nice little right snuck in there.
And difficult round as far as the judges are concerned too, fellas. Not really a clear winner here. Both ladies landing some leather on each side.
Oh, nice little sneaky uppercut there.
Mixing the strikes up now is Keira. Nice jab from Jo.
Oh,
to the
nice
body.
to the body.
Oh, she's coming on strong at the end of the round. Oh, biting down on that mouthpiece.
Good job.
Oh, look at this. Last 10 seconds. There's a bit of trouble. Oh, he stopped it.
The referee has waved it off.
He's stopped the fight. Wow. She heard the 10-second clapper and went, I'm going to bite down on this mouthpiece and I'm going to try and put you away, and that's what she did.
Wow, well, that's about as close to the bell as you can get. That one will probably go in the books at about 4:59 or so, or 3:59, 2:59, I should say, of round number one here in the amateur ranks. Very impressive stuff there, Keira Lee Botfield. Well, we'll get a replay of the finishing sequence shortly, but just turned into Vanderlei Silva when that 10-second clapper went, didn't she, Craig?
It certainly was, and she said she wanted to finish by any means necessary. Nice little replay, and we're getting to the final end here. And that's the experience of having one fight beforehand. Going the distance and understanding the 10-second clapper of being able to do something in the end. And here you can see it's just a flurry. She's hooking in. Lots of punches. Peter Hickmont stepped in and waved it off. Remember, this is amateurs, so it's a good opportunity to protect your fighters as well. But great experience from that point. A good show of sportsmanship just here as well.
So, ladies and gentlemen, our referee has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes and 59 seconds of round number one. Declaring your winner by TKO in the blue corner, Keira Lee Killer B Botfield. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with our winner from fight number two. Killer B gets it done at 2 minutes and 59 seconds of round number one. So, literally in the last second of the opening round there, of course. I knew coming into the cage tonight, you were really prioritising getting a finish. How does it feel getting a victory in that fashion?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting a TKO. I really wanted to get a submission, but I won, so it's all good.
Well, certainly good to watch. Of course, that 10-second clapper went and you did your best Vanderlei Silva impression, came forward with some huge shots. Talk to me about what you were thinking when you heard that 10 seconds.
I just wanted to finish it. I had enough. I was ready to let go. Yeah, I just wanted to win.
And before I let you go, I'm sure you've got a lot of people you'd like to thank.
Yeah, just everyone I train with, Paul, Connor, Jimmo spent hours training me. Most of all, Bailey, my jiu-jitsu coach. We didn't get to use any, but oh well. And yeah, just everyone I train with, the girls there, Jem, Courtney, my boyfriend Johnny, he does jits, and yeah, just everyone.
Well, congratulations on your first MMA win. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your winner, Keira Lee Killer B Botfield.